What's up, fuckheads? It's Paint back again, waiting for these edibles to hit, the struggle. But today, I'm going to be going over a couple stories that I never really told on my last channel because I didn't really want to animate this shit. And I'm just going to be telling the stories now. So, like 2 years ago, I was a cashier for Panera, and I'll tell you a couple fucking horror stories that I had. But before we get into that, I do have a Discord, an Instagram, a Snapchat. Everything's down below. If you want to talk with your boy, just fucking hop on those. I'm always willing to fucking talk to y'all because I love y'all. And yeah, let's hop right into the stories. Well, being a cashier is probably one of the worst jobs you could get because you're at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. Everyone tells you what to do. So you kind of just have to have a positive mindset about that shit. So every time I'd have a break, or was in the bathroom, or it's just me and the other cashiers, we'd be fucking smacking the fuck out of fucking Sorens. And this is around the time where I was still fucking smoking nicotine, just fucking on the daily. And if you're still doing that shit, stop for your own good. You know, I don't know. It's just kind of hurtful. I was able to run further, breathe better when I stopped. So you guys should stop too. But here's a couple good things that happen. Um, I would get baked as fuck before coming into work and then be the cashier. And it was always weird because a lot of people in LA have accents, and trying to decipher whatever the fuck they're trying to say is kind of hard, but I would always just end up giving them one of three meals, and I never got any complaints. There was like the turkey sandwich, mac and cheese, and then like one of the soups. It was 2 years ago, bro. Don't blame me for fucking forgetting. You know, and it was always weird because I never really learned how to operate the cash register. I was only there for like one summer, so just 3 months. Never really learned how to operate it. I never really finished my training either. So I was kind of fucked from the start. But one day I was fairly baked, and they had me running plates everywhere because they realized that day I just wasn't feeling the cash register. Maybe because I was baked. I don't fucking know. You know? So I was, running around like fucking, I don't know, like the guy from Ratatouille on the fucking, who has Heelys, he's just fucking jetting around. Forget his fucking name, but he's like the human with red hair, and he's on the roller skates at the end. He's like, here's your Ratatouille, sir. But I was that fucking guy. No rollers, though. I had a smoothie and like 4 plates of food. I drop off 4 plates of food, and then it's only the smoothie left. And I have to do a spin move. But then when I do the spin move, I trip a little bit. Smoothie comes off of the fucking like big plate, and then it just fucking smacks a girl on the side of the head, like a little like 5-year-old girl, and she's just drenched in fucking pink smoothie. And because I'm baked, I start giggling, and her fucking grandfather just looks at me with just pure disgust. And ugh, it was just it was an interesting time in my life because I just really didn't give a shit. All I was really caring about was playing drums. And yeah, dude, it was a weird day. But then this is kind of the start of the end of my cashier career, at least at Panera, because that next day I came in like super fucking baked again, but I was like late as fuck, or at least I thought I was late. And then I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? They look at me really weird when I start fucking punching in and shit. And the manager tells me, oh, your shift isn't until tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Come in the next morning. And I'm not baked this time, but I am kind of just fucking tired as shit. Stayed up till 1, had a fucking party or some bullshit. And during the mornings there, it was always super fucking busy, and by 10 we'd run out of bagels. The only problem is every person after we ran out of bagels would ask the same question. How do you run out of bagels? You make the bread. And It's this simple thing called supply and demand that a lot of these customers just couldn't understand. Bars, by the way. But this one day, for some reason, everything was breaking down. The coffee machines broke, the water broke, and like the water like got shut off or something. Like Edison or something fucking shut it off for that entire like county of California. And so we were just sitting there, and I was trying to do my job as best as I possibly could. But then this couple comes up, and it's an old man and his wife, or like his mistress, whatever. And there's just two old people, and like the water isn't working, right? So the old man comes up to me, and he's like, "Can you fix the water machine for me?" And then I'm like, "Oh, I don't know how to." And then he raises his voice and gets pissed off at me. He's like, "Can you fix the water machine for me?" And I'm like, "Do I look like a mechanic to you?" And then he just fucking steps back in disgust. He just went, one of those kind of things. And then maybe 5 minutes later, I'm feeling myself, I'm actually starting to understand the computer system that day. And then my boss calls me to the back and was like, "Yeah, Paint, you can't talk to customers like that. And also, it would help if you started smiling at work." And at this point, I was just fucking dumb. Done. And I was pretty dumb too. But I was done with this fucking job. So, the next day, I had a shift. And I wasn't really feeling it, you know? But I was like, you know what? I'll go in anyways. I just have to go home, grab my uniform, and come back. So then I look at the schedule that my boss texted me earlier that week. And it was around 3 p.m. at this time. Just came back from band practice, ready to fucking work my ass off for minimum wage. When I realized, oh, the shift started at 12 and it ended at 3. So if I go in, I'm just going to get yelled at. I don't think I'm going to go in. Then the next day, I had another shift. I don't really want to get yelled at, so didn't go in again. And then this I just didn't go in ever again. And I have not been back to that Panera Bread. Ever. I don't think I'm ever going to go back. But I got to be honest, you're not really missing too much if you don't go to Panera. All their soups are frozen, bro. They don't get made there. They get fucking shipped in by bags and shit. It's super rough there, I'm not gonna lie. But the mac is good. And so is like the fucking sandwiches. Those are all good. But yeah, I don't know. Panera was an interesting place to work, but then immediately after that I got another job and I lived happily ever after, man. Yeah, fuck. That's around the time I started doing YouTube also. But that Panera job allowed me to get the stimulus checks that I'm getting from the government right now, which is muy bueno if you ask me. But that's the end of the video. So, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, go ahead and join the Discord, follow my Instagram, do the Snap, whatever the fuck. And I'll see you fuckheads later. Go fuck yourself.